Mr. and Mr. Wiggin, you are father and son, suing Mr. Mays for $500 for a refund of a car that you claim you paid for, and Mr. Mays then sent to someone else. So you've told us that your son, the younger Mr. Wiggin, Ethan, wanted to buy a car, looked around for a while, and found Mr. Mays' advertisement for an old car in questionable condition for $500, and it was going to be a project for you, Ethan, to work on. So you reached out to Mr. Mays. You couldn't pick up the car right away, but you agreed to give him $500 to hold the car. And when you went to pick it up, the car was not as advertised. You wanted your money back. You did not want to go through with the sale. But instead of sending you your money back, Mr. Mays said he was keeping the money, and then he also sold the car to somebody else. So you would like your $500 back. Mr. Mays, your defense is pretty straightforward. You say that they bought the car, they bought it as is, you didn't make any misrepresentations, and then they didn't want it. Too bad for them. You're keeping their money. And if they didn't want the car, they didn't have to have the car, and you were free to do with it what you wanted. So you don't believe you owe them anything. Mr. Wiggin, tell us about how this car purchase came to be.
Well, my son's been taking mechanical classes in high school and was looking for a project this summer to work on.
Great project.
Yeah. He sent me this one, bunch of pictures of the outside, picture of it doing a big burnout in a parking lot, and look, you know, it looked fine. It looked like a $500 car. You could tell there was a little bit of body damage, maybe it had been repainted, but a fine project car.
All right, do you recall anything specific about the advertisement for the car?
I mean, the thing that made me think that it was probably a decent idea was while it wasn't starting, one of the things he had advertised was $12K spent on it, my loss is your gain kind of thing, right? So I'm like, all right, worst case scenario, there's some good parts on here we could pull off and sell. And that was not what I found when we went to go look at it.
So unlike most cars that we get in here, you understood that it was not running at the time.
Yep.
Okay.
We had someone meet us there with a trailer, planning to tow it home.
Right. All right, Mr. Mays, tell us about the car and why you decided to sell it.
So I originally purchased the car because I've been a fan of the car.
When did you purchase it?
I owned it for about a year.
Okay.
While I was driving it, I was putting money into it. I rebuilt the rear end and put several parts on the motor.
All right, so this was a 1989 Chevy Camaro.
Yes.
And it's one that we have valued at about $1,800. And that's in fair condition.
Right.
But you're telling us that in the year you owned it, it was drivable and it was worth investing $12,000 into.
Yes. At the time when I was driving it, what made me decide to sell it was I drove it to Albany, Oregon, and on the way there, it started to knock and then broke down in Albany, Oregon.
Okay.
So I had my neighbor, who's a tow truck driver, go down and tow the car back to my residence, where I did a diagnostic on it and found out that the engine was seized.
Okay, so it was going to need a new engine.
Yes.
All right, you wanted to say something briefly, Mr. Wiggin.
Yeah, the listing that we were given at the time, he later updated the listing after we decided not to buy the car to say the engine was seized. At the time we communicated with him on it, he said, it's probably a starter problem, it clicks but it won't start. And that was that. And then later the listing was updated to say the motor was seized. He had done more diagnostic, but not at the time when we went to see it.
So at the time that they gave you the money, you did not know that the engine was seized?
No, I had not gotten to the point of finding out the engine was seized at that point.
All right, I want to put up I'm not going to call it the original listing, but I'm going to put up the listing you provided us.
Okay.
So this is 1989 Chevy Camaro. You originally had this car listed for $3,000, is that accurate?
Yes.
Is that before you understood the engine was seized?
Yes.
Okay. How did it come to be that they ended up paying only $500 for it?
I was in a car accident on May 8th, I believe, and didn't have the capability to work on it.
Okay.
While the listing was up, I was going to continuously work on it to try and get it to a running condition.
Got it.
So that's why it was originally posted as $3,000. And then when I found out that the engine was seized and not running condition, that's when I was like, I just want to wash my hands of it, or drop the price down to $500.
Okay, and that's where you say first 500 takes it, I'm over it, my loss, your gain, 12K into it.
Yes.
All right, so this is your version of that same ad.
Yep.
Where right over here, we see the same kind of language, but it does not say the engine seized. My question, though, is the engine seized was significantly below that, and it's cut off for us.
This was the entire listing at the time.